front to back, he's insanely strong right now, so I'm a bit worried for SK if this goes late.
I mean, this is BDS's tried and true, right? This is exactly what we saw from them last week. This is the formula that they mostly found their success with in spring. It's a good...
4.5 months before you get to see a competitive game of League of Legends again. Certus hit with the root caller, immediately rooted up as well. And that Talia buried under the rocks.
The bot lane sprinting
up here. The
here.
crab gave him 6.
Yeah, he got the smite on the crab to get 6, but
Daisy comes down.
Got the mark. Yeah, you're
Nature's
right.
Grass coming out as well. Certus looking for them damage, lands the root, the knockback as well as DOS comes in with the quickness. Adam locked down at 400 HP as Irrelevant keeps him at bay. And immediately Sheo is the first to fall. SK find the kill. The Rift Herald secured though by BDS. The eye still sits there. And I don't think anyone from BDS is going to take a trip in to try and pick it up. Flash forward from Marcoon into the knockup. Adam will get the Rift Herald in exchange for his support. A life, a good knockback though with the Emperor's Divine means there's a 1-for-1 trade so far. DOS dashes away. Adam trying to come in to see if there's anything. Pick that up from the last fight, so BDS will be able to secure the first Dragon of the series. True Shot Barrage. The teams have recognized things have been a little bit slow. The Weaver's Wall has come in. Root onto DOS and the Dragon secure.
Yeah, he'll definitely get it. Adam no flash yet, but DOS is just here to cover. So they've traded second Dragon for first tower on the Gnar.
5 against the winner of XL versus Fnatic. They can secure a 3rd seed, and then they will be one of Europe's representatives at the World Championship. But it's crazy that it's very likely that we'll be sent. It makes a lot of sense why, like, we're seeing a very slow game. Like, there's a lot of weight for these players. Like, it would mean a lot to be able to have the opportunity.
Good jump away from Irrelevant. Flash forward from Lebrov. They're investing a lot into making sure that this Gnar goes nowhere. Nuke gets his 2nd kill of the game.
Oh, I needed to flash the hook there, did Irrelevant. Not sure if Lebrov would have hit the wall and he could ult him anyway, but I don't think he would have. So maybe SK looking to fight back a bit here.
True Shot Barrage comes down. There's the charm, there's the quickness, there's the Weaver's Wall as well, and Adam is locked up in here alongside Lebrov. Lebrov will fall first, all out comes out from Adam. The exhaust goes down, but already X-Kick has fallen as well as Adam gets another knockback, another Trigger Seed, and another bit of healing to boot. They just can't take down this K'Sante as BDS clean it up. On your engagers, but Evan Shroud, a bit more DPS for your carries, so it does make sense in this situation. Well, not something we...
Onto X-Kick's gonna dash away from it.
Good poke onto Lebrov, but the Dragon's already been started up by BDS. SK are late to this party.
Irrelevant has flash though, only halfway towards the Mega Gnar. Daisy stepping forward, there's the root caller as well. Weaver's Wall has been used, the Dragon already taken by BDS. It's now SK. Do you go in or do you flee? Irrelevant goes into Mega Gnar, but Adam, a frontline for BDS, makes it so tricky for SK to approach.
Oh, this redemption again, it's just healing BDS, sustaining them through this fight. Look at Marcoon though.
There's the Nature's Grass. Crowny's rooted, cleanses. Featherstorm out as well, X-Kick rooted as well. As BDS look for a re-engage, can't quite find it.
Oh, Lebrov.
Great knockback onto Lebrov. The depth charge coming across the wall as well, and BDS have lost 1. Nuke, Sheo, and Crowny seem to want
this tower uncontested. Nice pick overall, but it's these
fights was enough, but it's Lebrov that walks up and gets caught. Crowny doesn't have that ult now or the cleanse.
And Crowny locked up, knocked back with the seismic shove, and the shutdown goes over to the Maokai.
That's Baron.
That's Gnar. Worked Earth coming out as well as Lebrov has had to flash away. Daisy with the knockup, but the Mega Gnar's not really where you want to put your damage down. Lebrov locked up, rooted with the Nature's Grasp, and Irrelevant still on the chase.
Surprising that BDS getting a tower. I mean, SK lost a lot of tempo after that Baron, looks like. Weren't able to clear out waves.
They're just kind of constantly overgrouping and trying to use numbers, and then BDS is just matching them with numbers of their own.
It should be okay now that these waves are coming in. Irrelevant's going to take over top. They got this bot tier 1, which has
come to answer, but Sheo could try and sneak around. Certus respects the fact that he doesn't see anyone from BDS on the map, apart from BDS, which will always be on the back of the mind for SK.
You should be able to get this.
Yeah. This Gnar's going to be a nightmare on this
draft because we made that single mistake. Obviously, there may be adaptations as once again a small mistake is made. Lebrov has no flash of his own, knocked back with the seismic staff, and now the TP coming in from Adam. He's got to do K'Sante things for 100 years as he pulls back Marcoon. Adam dashing back in already, a double kill for X-Kick, and now BDS only 3 members strong left to try and...
X-Kick immediately moves over to mid while the rest of SK zone BDS away, giving them access to this tier 2 tower. It's an easy objective.
Front foot. Only 1,000 gold between the two. A great Weaver's Wall, as you say. Adam locked on one side, Lebrov tries to hook away. But there's just so much damage from SK. That's 1. Adam able to dash, the redemption being used. Nuke with a good Emperor's Divide keeps DOS and Irrelevant at bay. And BDS have put some damage back into SK.
Q has flash and smite as well. QSS on Crowny with Cleanse. Mikhail's on cooldown. Redemption on cooldown.
Relevant has Mega and Flash. Adam goes in with the Pathfinder. Nuke's going to put a shoulder down to try and do a little bit more work, but the Baron already secured, and now Nuke has to jump away. Adam locked up with an R. The wallop to follow as well, and Adam is down. BDS running for the hills as SK look for the Ocean Drain.
For BDS, and SK remain in control. Just the Nautilus hook. He can't really hook in or even try. If he hits a creep, he's dead because he's going to get stunned up. Even if he hits a champion, he can't follow up with the auto so they can react in time. So yeah, slow and steady for SK. Just use the cannon minions.
They will not fall to the
It's just Marcoon. Can he just flash in and steal it? I think it's just
the
dead.
TP. It's already gone. The Ocean Soul secured. The Weaver's wall behind now. It's Certus jumps into the battle. Irrelevant's going to get rooted up. The GA already propped LeBron with a stopwatch of his own. Nuke on the wrong side of this fight, but already they've killed off Irrelevant, and now the hook just wide. Root Caller comes in. Adam trying to just distract SK. Pathfinder in. There's the all-out as well as Marcoon's pulled back. Hook onto Certus. The quickness coming out from DOS, but he's already down to half HP. An incredible charm from him onto Nuke as the exhaust has fallen as well. Certus will fall. The shot down for BDS. DOS and Exakick trying to retreat. The Root Caller will land, but it's only Sheo on the chase up towards that top side. The rest of BDS are pushing in the mid lane.
A single mistake from SK could very well have cost them the game. Baroned up, 5 members alive with the Ocean Soul too. 42 seconds on Certus. BDS are going to continue this push.
Can they close it out here? We wondered if it would just be a single moment that costs a team the game. Well, right now, SK, their backs against the rope as Daisy will fall. The Root Caller coming out as well.
Oh.
The Redemption heals everyone back up to full. Ocean Soul doing work as well for BDS. Exakick comes back out, 4 items complete on him. The Tiamat as well will help a little bit with this wave clear.
I think they can't end.
Up in 14 seconds. Any TP wards for him? There's a couple. If they do want to look for the flank, Nature's Grasp not available for Marcoon. Used earlier in the fight. The quickness.
If they don't lose their heads, they should be able to go toe-to-toe, but that single moment is now giving BDS full control over the map. The goal doesn't really matter much at this point in the game. Everyone is getting close to full build. It's going to come down to whether or not SK can stop this siege. A good wall will buy a little bit of time as Irrelevant takes a tower in the top lane.
Iron buff's off in 30 seconds. They're going to have one more wave here. BDS get this inhibitor. SK might have to give. I think they might just have to agree to drop this one. But there's the Maokai ult. And I think BDS are going to keep going though.
A couple of roots. Unraveled Earth as well has been used. Adam on that front line. SK's poke doesn't really mean too much in the face of the Trigger Seed shields and the Ocean Soul as DOS almost hooked up. Labrov looked for him, couldn't quite find him. DOS trying to keep the wave away. There's the quickness, but DOS is now going to dash into them all. Already he's fallen. The Emperor's Divine will knock SK back. Adam goes all out as Irrelevant goes all the way to the grave alongside his compatriots. The Nexus towers fall and BDS go 1-0 up.
BDS play the scaling game, and SK did so many steps right, but you make one mistake up against it.
Range versus range, okay. We've seen this from Humanoid. We also saw it in the LCK. I think it was recently, right?
BDD played it.
Faker played it, BDD played it, yeah.
They're flashing for Certus.
Yeah, here they come.
Flash twisted
He's
advances to
suspicious,
play.
though.
Nuke is trying to path him that way. Certus flashes away. Bramble Smash to get him back. The Apprehend available, and first blood to BDS.
Adam classic. Marcoon going to try and dive bot here.
No flash on Crowny.
This is important.
They just hit level 3. That can actually be huge here. Cozy Campfire goes down. Good double knock from LeBron. Marcoon flashing forward. The DOS goes down first. It's an absolute bloodbath. And not in the way that SK were hoping. Exa gets 1, flashes away at 2 for 1 in the bottom lane in favor of BDS.
Oh, it's just a train wreck in the bot lane. SK, they tried to make the dive. The level up was crucial. Now Sheo making his way across.
I think Exakick does die here, Kadril. Use the E forward. Sheo doesn't need a flash. He's got a twisted advance. He makes his home in the trees. The dash forward, the dash back as Exakick tries to escape. There's 2 red buffs on the enemy team. And Exakick has no place to go. Sheo slams him into the dirt. And
anyway, first Dragon likely going in favor of BDS. SK trying to challenge.
Oh, this could be good for SK.
Could be really good. Marcoon going in a 4v3 now in favor of SK. Crowny already down. Labrov trying to dance his way away. Nuke coming in from the side as well. Labrov has to flash. Sheo with a good knockback for heal. For movement speed on DOS. Sheo, though, twisted advance to a minion if he needs it instead.
The river, so Marcoon can look for an angle.
Flash stun.
It's got E as well. Could
flash stun
here now.
E, stun. No need to flash.
Said
Easy as that. SK get Irrelevant on the board. Just ghosting. Watching the stream somewhere else, perhaps, as he tries to trade in. Dashing away, Crowny going in with a killer instinct. Extra kick, you took a fight, you just can't win. They will be able to get their second dragon of the game. A trend for them across this series. Getting these early drakes, stacking them up. It's been SK trying to fight from behind when it comes to neutrals.
I mean, it's the same story, right? When
yeah.
BDS made the finals, we joked about how like they didn't lose a dragon in like 4 games. 5 members top now. They really want to secure this tower.
Goff still has 6 though. Dos yet to hit that level 6. He's going to try and clear out these minions as Exegit jumps across the wall above with the quickness.
Oof.
Will get himself to a little bit of reprieve as Sheo steps forward. Rifthold yet to be put down. Marcoon still half the timer on that because he's been in combat recently. Now steps onto Sheo. Long-range Arcano pulse from Nuke. The Nature's Guard's coming out as well, and they're just trying to nuke down Marcoon, and they'll do exactly that. Irrelevant on the front line. Right of the Arcane hits 2. Get more damage, the more charges you hit as the flash away from DOS will get him to safety, but SK overforced there.
Support and mid really attacking the bot lane.
Crowny's still pushing in mid as well. You can see Certus is going to try and answer that. Tower goes down in the bottom lane. That's a tier 1 for BDS. They're looking to make it.
SK are now on the dragon.
Certus to look for Crowny here. Certus goes in for Crowny, but can't quite get there. Now the Rob is feeling a little disturbed. He gets down with the quickness as they ride in the Arcane finds Certus. The dragon helping out BDS as well as Exakic's locked up. He has the flash, but the killer instinct lives up to its name as BDS clean out the fight.
Certus had to flash for that knock. If he did it, he would have gotten both of them, and then SK could follow up. But the second he misses and flashes back, that's it. He's got no escape. BDS can just pull the trigger and start to flash forwards on top of them. They get the dragon, they're going to get mid-tier 1. They're pinging their Herald as well, so the game might have just fallen apart for SK.
BDS are just executing these fights better. When we think back to a gold lead that's not impossible to come back from.
Whoa! That must have been a Void Seeker plus the Rite of the Arcane, right? Oh, he dies! The Void Seekers! The TP coming in now from Irrelevant, but as he joins the fray, you have to feel he's going to live up to his name pretty sharpish. Dashing away again, but those killer Void Seekers are just doing so much work. They continue to hit. Nuke and Crowny in another...
Maybe he's going to Xerath ult here again and just have a bit of fun with it.
There we are. Rite of the Arcane comes down. DOS has to dodge.
He's not scripting.
Manages to do that.
So hard. Look at this. The longer this goes on, the worse it gets.
How do you hard engage?
Kai'Sa W, Xerath Q.
Poke.
Yep. Emilio's almost already out of the fight with one more skill shot landing. And there
How are you going to hard engage a killer instinct in? It does! It is dead! Marcoon rooted up as well. The Rite of the Arcane. Last rites for Marcoon. Nuke misses the last shot just to show that something from BDS can miss this game, but right now, 23 minutes in, they are 5,000 gold ahead. They will have an Ocean Soul. There's a Baron for them if they...
With the win rate of Xerath, BDS denied it.
That's not a bad line.
It's not a great one, though.
It's not great, but it's solid. The Apprehend comes out. Adam trying to have a little bit...
It's good poke.
It's good poke, but, you know, we know, you know.
Yeah. Certus is 2 levels down
going to go
on
for the
Crowny.
ult W? No, it's too far.
Yeah, Crowny's 2 levels up on his own top lane.
Crowny's 7 levels up on DOS. Could you see?
I've seen people be AFK and have less of a speed deficit. DOS is low, LeBron's going to lock up Certus. He knows that he doesn't even need to go for DOS. He'll fall to Sheo. He smites him. And SK have just been routed here. BDS bring out the Xerath, and it works wonders for them. Adds that little bit of poke into their composition, and SK, well, left floundering, unable to find an answer. BDS 1 game away from at least international competition. 1 game away from a 4th seed for LEC.
Yeah, calm, clean, and collected there from BDS. Yeah, of course.
He's really going to limit your mobility with his miasma. Going to have a very comfortable laning phase into the Akali. And he's going to be dealing a lot of damage later into the game. Do anything with this advantage.
Yeah,
no flash top lane.
He has a cookie as well, Irrelevant.
Oh,
so
Adams, is he looking for the demolish again? He's going to get knocked up.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's got no E. He's got no flash. He's got nowhere to go as Irrelevant flashes forward for the brittle proc. And across the wall comes Marcoon. And that alligator's going to be boots pretty soon. First blood to SK.
Just one more minion he's going to level up, and that's the play, I think. He's going to have to kill a minion.
Kills the minion. Where are you going to go, Adam? Marcoon's on the chase. The knockback. The Call of the Forge got enough in SK. Playing
the wave here, though, so they're pushing out bot to get 6 on the Vi.
Yeah, this is good for Marcoon.
And Certus is running straight there. I don't think they're in time, though. Nice try.
You're right.
To a static shiv, it just clears them out too easily, and that's exactly what Crowny did. DOS here is going to be locked up. Concussive blows. Permafrost first. Concussive blows second. There's the cease and desist. Exhaust immediately onto Marcoon as he's locked up in the middle of 3 members of BDS. And Marcoon is left to his own devices. He's flashed into the wall. A face plant to end all face plants there. As not so Certus is the one that has to deal with him. Pushing in that side lane. The collapse begins as Certus starts his back. Smart goes down. There's Adam with the TP first. Irrelevant going forward. Glacial Fissure has been used. Irrelevant's going to get locked up, and Adam on the front line is being exactly the same. He tries to slice and dice his way away, but Certus comes in just in time to get a consolation. Okay, who do still have, at the moment, about an 800 gold lead. Going to be pulled back a little bit here as BDS knock up. Vipto now put down in the mid lane by SK as they realize the timer's ticking. 15 seconds on that Cloud Dragon. Adam continues to push in top, does have the TP. Irrelevant pushing forward. Diving. There's the cease and desist as they try and get onto Nuke. Petrifying Gaze has been used as well, and Nuke is in a bouncy castle of hell. He's locked up, and he's somehow surviving. The call of the Forge God coming out as well with Crowny, Adam, and Sheo still alive. A 2-for-1 so far in favor of SK.
DOS doesn't have the ult either, so it's just a hook that you have to rely on. Crowny no flash. There's the TP. Behind, here comes Nuke as well. It's round 2 on the cards, but a lot of ultimates missing for SK.
For both teams, in fact, no ultimates for BDS either. It's a pure out fist fight, an all-right brawl here in the river. Adam locked up for a second, gets the damage down onto DOS, and Nuke's already killed off Irrelevant. That's the Dragon as well. It's down to about 3,000 HP, 1-for-1. Both the top laners have fallen. And with it, SK's hopes, it seems, of stealing away this Dragon. BDS secure it, their third extra kick. Pushing forward to the mid lane, the collapse perhaps from DOS as Sheo gets hooked up. The dredge line will find its mark, and Sheo will fall.
SK now coming alive a little bit. They lost.
Unbreakable goes down. Certus now dashing forward. Sheo looking for the flank as DOS is locked with the Glacial Prison. And DOS will get a death charge off with the lightning crash. They jump onto Crowny. The Petrifying Gaze finds a 2-man stun, and Crowny has the time to survive, to dive away, but in the end he dies. Certus dashing away 8-1 in 2023 on the champ, but BDS don't give a damn. They'll shut him out of the fight.
This will be the Baron, and that could very well be the series being secured for BDS. They're going to wait for Crowny to come back. Smite secured. All 5 members have the diving in together, but once they're in and that miasma's down, it becomes really hard to really do anything else. BDS.
Next up, tier 1 in the mid. They continue just to take this standing gold off the map, and SK can only stand and watch as their waves are pushed in. The World's qualifying series in the eyes of both these teams, but BDS can almost taste it. Glacial Fissure used onto Certus. Lightning Crash coming down as well. They can't quite find the stun on him, but they'll force him out of the fight. And now BDS know they have a man advantage as they group as 5 in mid to look for the tier 2.
TP flanks are going to come in from Certus as TP's about to spawn. They have wards behind.
And Sheo can just go in. There's the TP flank, but already they've locked up Irrelevant. He's down to half HP. The miasma down as well as Certus is isolated towards the top of the fight. SK can look for a re-engage. Call of the Forge God a possibility. Cease and desist available as well. 4 seconds on the flash as Marcoon dives in, and the dash from Certus as well. Marcoon already down. A good Petrifying Gaze will lock up Certus as he dashes and dances and prances his way through the fight. 2 for 2 so far. The Call of the Forge God for the re-engage. Next still alive. Crowny unable to step far enough forward as SK strike back.
50 seconds
Wait for more items to be completed.
Level 16 on the Cassiopeia. Shield bow ready for this area.
BDS gain control of the top side. Tier 2 remain in bot and
There
top for them as Sheo steps forward. Marcoon going onto Sheo. The hook lands onto LeBron, but Sheo so tanky as Certus tries to dive onto the backline. He's already down to half HP. SK know their lives are on the line here as they find one. A good Petrifying Gaze onto Certus, but he has time to pop the stopwatch, and that means he does not go pop. He flashes away from the extendo beam from Crowny, and BDS have to retreat. The hook just wide. Nuke trying to retreat, trying to survive as Marcoon goes forward once again. The recall out from Adam. He doesn't have TP to join back in with this fight. Crowny, Sheo, and Nuke are left alone. The bush next to the pixel bush. They keep getting spotted on that vision. It gives SK a lot of information as Crowny steps a little bit too far forward. Irrelevant has to flash away though, and Crowny is behind the shield. The Unbreakable, the exhaust onto Certus. Crowny takes down 1. Certus trying to dash and dive and do everything he can, and he manages to get the shutdown. Now it's all on Nuke, but he's rooted and taken out of the fight. SK.
Leprov did everything that he could to keep his AD carry alive. The exhaust was good onto Certus, but the dive was just a fight. He is completely unleashed. Level 16 for him. Working towards his 4th item.
Adam's going to answer it though with a tier 2 of his own, pushing in that top lane.
Can play on 2 lanes though, can't they? SK, they can move into mid now if they want to get that. Just gonna ping him out here. So Adam's going to go over the wall, try and zone away this Akali. Dragon pulled out, it's going to reset.
Adam keeping Certus at bay. Single fight.
He's trying to force the Akali ult. He's trying to make it so he can tank it.
Adam going into it. Certus, he still has the GA. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the fight, Sheo's down to half HP, but he'll heal up a little bit. Certus at 400 as Crownie flashes and takes the kill, and now it's a 4v5. The hook doesn't quite connect because Nuke pops the stop with Sheo going in. Exit kick to every Guardian Angel he can find. Gabriel, Azrael, do whatever you can to keep Exit kick alive, but Crownie takes him out, and the Guardian Angels are more like a devil on their shoulders as SK are locked out of the fight, and BDS will march towards victory.
BDS do it once more. They outperform SK in the fight, and they only lose the jungler. They're going to secure the Herald. They're going to put themselves in such a powerful position, and SK can do nothing but watch as the Elder Dragon favors BDS today.
What a fight from Exakick, trying his best. Certus wasn't in the fight. Crownie used his flash to get that kill. And as much as he tried, Exakick, he failed. The damage is just way too much from the Cassio and the Zeri. Seconds, maybe. Probably 4 seconds, so it's gone. 3, 2, 1, and SK are here.
Irrelevant going in though, Marcoon can't find the engaged glacial prism being used on Irrelevant, and already he's down to 3rd HP. Gargoyles will shield him up, but will it be enough? He goes unstoppable, he gets healed as well. Cease and desist on the backline, but Irrelevant's already down, and now DOS up towards the top of the fight, can't get anywhere. Certus locked up as well by Lebrov, and Nuke the Miasma comes down, and Certus tries to dip his way away, but only he and Exakick are left standing for SK.
Desperation for SK. They tried to force the fight, and they just fall apart. BDS with the Baron are looking for the Nexus, they're looking for the 3-0, and they're looking for that international spot.
A spot in our final 4 beckons BDS. SK have done everything they can to hold them at bay, but it seems like it's not enough today as Certus steps in and is put into the dirt. Exakick will feather storm, but the only storm brewing is one for BDS. The Nexus falls, and BDS will be going international.
No, sometimes in Europe he's too tanky, so the Seraph can't get the kills.
Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. There have been 34 players in Europe that have played at mid.
One of them must have won.
Yeah.
Nuke apparently is one.
Are we going to go through the list since
Don't
like
go through the
season
list.
2?
Is this PoE?
We're not going through the list.
It says Pi. His name is...
You have to figure out who that is after.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll work it
congratulations to
Pepinero,
BDS.
maybe? Did Pepinero play it?
Very convincing series from them. As we mentioned, they will be going up next week against the winner of XL versus Fnatic, which will be tomorrow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, a rematch from the summer semifinals where, I mean, it was XL that managed to win out 3-1 in very convincing fashion. We'll see if it's a repeat of history tomorrow, but yeah, we're still getting ready for an interview, and it seems that we are ready. So without further ado, let's head over to Law.
We are indeed. Thank you very much, guys. And Crownie, Adam, thank you for joining me. Congrats on advancing to the next round. You guys are getting one step closer to getting to Montpellier, but definitely to foot in Korea already, as you will have a chance to play for the Worlds qualifier at the worst if you guys don't make it further. But first things first, when it comes to today's series, Adam, did it play to the expectations you had coming in today?
I would say overall we were pretty confident when we came up into this best of 5 because we knew that we're actually better in like kind of every aspect of the game compared to SK. So,
I mean, yeah.
bro, I mean, no, but it's just like what I'm trying to say is like we knew what we were capable of,
All right.
and everything that we've been working on, like we just managed to put it off like during those games, and I think we just showed up pretty clean games, except the last one for me.
Yeah.
But it's fine, yeah.
We'll touch on that a bit later, as I want to talk to you about Renekton. But Crownie, when I've talked to Swiffer, SK's coach, ahead of the series, he was telling me about the understanding that there is around BDS and your importance within the team and the fact that you have to be ahead to be one of the key factors in BDS's success. What did you think about SK's prep today, and what made yours better, as Adam was saying?
I mean, I think that was a bit more true in spring. I think now in summer, pretty much all of my teammates can, like the meta changed, but I think everyone is playing so well, so pretty much everyone can carry, and it's not only about the AD carry like it was in spring. And other than that, I think the prep was pretty bad. I mean, I think we also didn't show Zaya Prio before, so it kind of surprised them. And then it just felt like we were always one step ahead in draft. So it was kind of easy to play.
Yeah.
Since we always got what we wanted and we always kind of predicted what they will do. So it didn't feel too hard.
You mentioned this, Zaya. I actually want to follow up on the Ezreal, which was an answer to the champion. We know that it's a pick that can do well, especially against Zaya. We saw this matchup in other regions.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see more Ezreal, as Zaya looks to be one of the best AD carries we have right now?
Yeah, I think the AD carry meta is pretty open right now. I think Zaya is probably like the strongest, but other than that, you can play Zeri, Kai'Sa, Ezreal, like some niche counter picks as well. So Nyla and stuff like that. So I think the meta is pretty fun right now, yeah.
All right, well, let's stay a bit focused on the meta, but on the other side of the map, you were mentioning your last game, Adam. Even though it was not the best, you're still the first player in the LEC who made Renekton successful in season finals, grabbing the first win.
Thank you.
And it's the most played top laner right now, and it feels like you have to blind top lane, which is also why maybe Renekton is the best champion you can blind top lane with. Why didn't they find success before you, and how do you rate the champion and its priority?
I would say if you take a look at how the meta is right now, you can see a lot of Xayah, Azir is like high prio in most of the regions as well. Like usually Renekton has a hard time playing into those champs, but in the top lane you need to find a champ, right? And Renekton will just bring you everything you need kind of in a draft, even though like the champion gets less strong during the game. But it kind of make your early at least stable. You know you will get a lead from top, no matter what, because the champion is just strong. That's just what he does, right? And but it's kind of understandable that he doesn't find success because he's actually pretty useless against a team that have a lot of range, for example. And I would say that the meta is pretty long-ranged, so you just need to play Renekton. You say, okay, guys, I will be useless at 25, 30 minutes. I hope you carry me. I will give you a strong advantage till then, but then it's all you.
So set up the team in the early game and just bet on them to do the dirty work in the later stages of the game. I want to keep on focusing on the meta, but through one of the plays you had during the series. And let's take a look at the MasterCard play of the week here, because it was the 1v1 between you and Exakik playing Kai'Sa against Zeri. We started seeing a lot more Zeri, but Kai'Sa is falling off a bit, it feels, with this patch. What do you think of the priority of the champion? And tell me about this play.
Yeah, I think she got nerfed slightly, which made her a bit slower than before. And people just kind of realized that you can play a lot of different champs into it. And I think she's still viable, a bit slower than before. Like you kind of become very strong at 3 items, while Zeri and Kai'Sa kind of abused the Kraken Navori spike. So they're very strong on 2. So I think if you get fed as Kai'Sa and you can get 3 items fast, you'll be very strong. And as for the 1v1, I think he probably just felt strong because he had Shiv, but I'm in the middle of a wave, and he's isolated by my Q, and I have lethal tempo, and my ult is also an auto-attack reset, so he kind of has no way to win.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play from you. So let's take a step back, though, from this series. I think we've talked enough about this. Crowny, I have a hard time believing that you never made walls, given how long you've been playing within the league. This is the first shot that you're going to get, actually. You know that you're going to get to Korea. Worst case, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, it feels great. I think the only other year where I felt like it is close was 2021, where we ended up losing like 2-3 to Fnatic. But this year, I feel like it's been a great year so far. I think we were all confident we're going to make it. And yeah, I mean, I'm just happy it worked out.
Mentioning Fnatic, the first time you made walls was actually with Fnatic, Adam. What is your resolution if you make walls this time? What are you looking to prove?
You know, if I can play words, you know, I'm just happy already, so I'm not asking much.
Right.
If I just get to play words, you know, any Asian top laners will be happy, not asking much.
I hope you can bring your special picks against them
and
just show them how we do this in the LEC. To make it there, though, you're going to have to face the winner of tomorrow's series, Excel Fnatic. Give me your predictions behind this one. Crowny first.
I would say, if looking at the form of the past months, I would say Fnatic. I think Excel lost a bit of momentum after finals, which happens to a lot of teams, and you probably start doubting yourself a bit. But I could see it being a close series, so I would just say Fnatic should have a maybe small advantage.
Adam, do you agree on this?
I would probably say like kind of 3-1 Excel.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, like Fnatic, I would say it can depends on their mood of the day. It can go like 3-0 for them, as they can get like a swept 3-0 as well. So I'm not quite sure. They're pretty like volatile team. You don't really know what they will do. So I will just take a look at what they do tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one and hard to predict for sure. Guys, thank you so much for the interview and congrats again on taking down SK. And that was all for us here tonight in the LEC. We are minutes away from the Valorant Champions Finals where Evil Geniuses will take on Paper Rex. Opening ceremony starts in just a few minutes at 9 p.m. CEST at ValorantEsports.com/watch. We'll be back tomorrow at 5:30 CST to say goodbye to SK Gaming as they close this year and conclude the round 1 of the lower bracket with Excel versus Fnatic. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.